I am here today at the MSC, and today we're going to talk all about garbage and recycling. And I'm joined by Tony Fietzer, our street superintendent. Tony, welcome to the Mayor's Corner.
Thank you. Trash Talking with the Mayor.
Trash Talking with the Mayor. That is one of the best openings ever. So let's talk about it. So right now we're at the drop-off site.
Correct.
That was created a few years ago for the residents to drop off, big trash items between, pickups. So you can go in any direction you want. It's yours.
Sure. This is our rubbish drop-off site. It's open April 1st through November 30th, or the end of November. Wednesdays and Saturdays from 3 to 7 on Wednesdays, 8 to 4 on Saturdays. Residents with a city ID can bring in any of their bulky waste, couches, sofas, mattresses, and drop off here for free. In addition to that, we offer 2 curbside collections, one in June and one in September, where we go around and collect. And in fact, this last spring, our June collection, we had 168 tons of debris that we picked up off of the street.
150. Now
let's
put this in perspective. So we have the drop-off site.
Yep.
Anything that's brought in there has to be taken somewhere.
Correct.
And that's weighed. So part of the reason why we say it's residents only and it's a service for them is because it costs money.
Correct.
We just don't gather this and put it someplace and it doesn't come at a cost.
Right.
Everything comes at a cost.
Everything.
So that's why we're fairly vigilant about residents only.
Absolutely. And we have to
including with the pickup, the 2 time a year pickups.
It needs to be. At 168 tons, just in that 1 week of collection, we pay as a city $53 a ton to dispose of it. That doesn't count our trucks and our diesel and employee hours. That's just the tipping fees to dispose of it. So when you think of 168 tons, there's $8,000–9,000 in just garbage disposal.
And what we'll probably see sometime during this, because I think people should see it and didn't know that we had it, they'll get a look at the finished site,
sure,
where this is all brought to.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, there's vital services we have in Pere, obviously police and fire, but people really don't, fully comprehend that water, sewer, garbage and recycling are equally up there as well.
If you think about public works, now I'm a big fan of law enforcement. I'm a big fan of fire department.
Absolutely.
They're all services that we require. But in public works, it's the one service that every day from cradle to grave will affect your life. When you wake up in the morning and you use the restroom, flush the toilet and it goes away, it's public works. When you get a glass of water, brush your teeth, and that water that's provided through public works. The traffic lights, the roads that you drive in on, and the garbage and recycling. If we went 1 month without garbage and recycling services in any city that you're in, the quality of life for the residents would completely diminish with the amount of sanitary issues that would come with that. Another thing with our curbside collection, we have 3 frontline garbage trucks that go out Monday through Thursday. So we collect 4 days a week. Each truck collects around 900 carts a day, between 850 to 900 depending on who has it out or who's on vacation or whatever it may be. But in addition to that, our drivers are writing down any violations that they may see, because our garbage trucks are on every street every week. You may not see a police car for weeks on your street, or a fire truck for weeks if we're all lucky, but that garbage truck's there every week on your street collecting. So if they see things out in the right of way, brush outside of collection or rubbish outside of collection, or just street signs out or political signs, they will note that to try and make sure that our community, we want to be the Beverly Hills of Brown County kind of thing, that we really want to take pride and ownership in our community, and we don't want to let things just fester and take away from what we have here.
What's the cost of a garbage truck? I know we just put one in.
Our most recent one that we purchased this last year was $362,000.
$62,000.
Yes, and every year our garbage trucks are collecting about 200,000 cans. So when you think about the number of times that the arm is going up and down and in and out in the compacting, because we're collecting all that and it's getting compacted on the truck. So there's a lot of wear parts on that, and we want to make sure that our staff are doing a great job with greasing them and maintaining them, washing them. But that is a truck that we can't just run to Dorsch Ford or any car dealership and grab. They're ordered, they take a year to build and make to our spec. We have to take care of it.
Now we also recently we had a big new technology on the trucks. Can you explain what that technology is and how it's a benefit to the residents as well?
So in the 2024 budget, Council approved AVL for all of our street department equipment. AVL is automated vehicle locating, so it's GPS. The nice thing with this is it's a way that we can audit ourselves, where if a resident calls in and indicates that you missed my garbage, or you never plowed my street, or questions like that, we can go back and check, and it will tell us the date and time we were at this location, how fast we were going, whether the salter was on, whether the plow was down or the plow was up, what time we've been there. So it's a great way to give transparency to the residents of we can either, it's not a he said, she said. This is going to be something if individual calls in.
It's literally right
I
there.
can
It's
look
stamped.
up and state at 8:14 a.m. our truck was at this address, driving northbound at this speed. There's really no way to doubt where we've been and what we've been. So there's been times where we've erred and we've missed one side of a street on a garbage collection where driver took a wrong turn, got a phone call, go back and look and say, we messed up, we missed that block.
And
we're
we
gonna go back.
appreciate you contacted
absolutely,
us.
and
Yeah.
we'll go back and get it. There's other times where we're able to prove that we were there at 7:14 a.m. and that we're not gonna go back because we did what we were supposed to do.
Right.
So it's a way that we're able to keep ourselves in check, and it's a great way for us to gauge where we're at during a rubbish collection, of being able to pull up and see the progress that's being made, or a brush collection. I can see how fast routes are being completed, or are they getting bogged down in areas where, in some neighborhoods where we have more brush out and hey, we're not making the progress that we thought we would, or even a snow plowing event. I can see in that time that it takes us, hey, we're making good progress, routes are getting done because of the breadcrumb trail of where we've been. But it's also great to just be able to help improve our services, and by taking that and saying, reviewing, and are we running the routes the best way? Can we improve that? Can we get quicker? Can we get better? So it's not just a tool of defending, but it's also a tool of how can we improve.
And a couple ways to improve. Let's just make sure we clarify. Pickup starts at what time?
6:30 a.m.
6:30 a.m. So we'd like everything to be out there by
city
6:30
ordinance
a.m.
requires by
Even if the
6:30.
week before I get picked up at noon,
Yes.
you just never know how things
correct.
are up. So don't do that. Secondly, carts. We really like those to be placed, well, they have to be placed, not on the street is the best way to describe
Correct,
it.
not on the street, on the terrace, 4 feet apart. We have our garbage and recycling trucks. They're two different trucks. They do have an arm that comes out, so as the arm goes out, the claw opens up. If the garbage cart or the recycling cart are next to each other, one tends to potentially get knocked over. So we want that little bit of space to help our drivers out. And one other thing I want to point out though is that we signed an annual contract with our Brown County Services where we pay the same tonnage for our garbage, $53 a ton for garbage, all year round. But our recycling is different. Our recycling is based on the trade market out of Chicago, and every month that number that we pay or receive varies. So depending on the commodity market, we are currently receiving $28 per ton getting paid to take recycling.
Whereas a few years ago,
we'd be paying in.
opposite, yeah.
Back into November, we were paying $6 a ton to get rid of recycling. Then we would get to be, hey, we're not paying anything, we're even, and our numbers have been in our favor lately. Every month they send out, hey, you'll be getting this or you'll be paying this, but it fluctuates. So one way us as taxpayers can help control is to better recycle properly and make sure that the recycling is going in the recycling cart. We don't want cardboard and stuff going into garbage. We pay to get rid of that. If we can get money back, we want to make sure outside of the environmental concerns, but this is a way financially to help us and not pay for something
And we've
that
had
we could get
education
paid.
campaigns through your organization,
Yes.
through your department, throughout the city, and we'll continue to do that.
Absolutely.
What to put in, what not to put in. Green bin goes to the Brown County landfill. We're going
Correct.
to see that, end product, and then recycling goes to Outagamie County.
Correct. Yeah. We took all of our staff down to the Outagamie County facility to tour it, to get a feel of what happens when we take our recycling in. And one of the neat things that we learned is the cardboard and paper that are brought there, when they get reused back into the environment, it only goes about 20 miles from Outagamie County before it gets reused. Comes right back up here to the paper mills to get put back into play. The aluminum cans and things get shipped down south, but it was really neat to see that everything that we're taking is really being reprocessed right
And I've
here.
noticed when I went into the paper company, we really are the paper capital of the world.
Yes.
So a lot of the companies in our industrial parks and business parks actually utilize a lot of recycled materials, and I think residents should know that. So this is so much different 5, 10, 20 years ago versus right now.
Every once in a while you might see one of these orange tags on your cart, and this is not meant to...
Orange is good.
Yeah, it's not meant to...
Orange is information.
Information, exactly. It's educational. Maybe something was in there that shouldn't be. We want to educate staff or residents. Plastic bags, although they're recyclable, they're not recyclable in your blue household recycling can. They need to be brought into a big box store, the City Hall, the MSC, and they will be recycled into like composite wood or composite plastic. But when they go into the recycling, they mess up the machines and the processing, and they have to shut down and take them out.
So there's a reason for that.
So yeah, plastic bags will be a #1 no-no and may get you tagged if you have plastic bags of any kind of plastic. Wrapper film for water bottles, plastic bags from Walmart. They have to either go in the trash, which is unfortunate, or get recycled to a different method. Also, batteries of any kind do not go in recycling.
Not good.
No, lithium batteries cause fires. Last week there was a fire at the recycling facility here in Ashwaubenon that shut it down for several hours, where it was most likely a battery.
And our website has all the do's and don'ts.
Correct.
What to put in where, what not to put in. So it's a good refresher. I know
Absolutely.
we're going to put that up there. Last thing, storage of your bins, which is always a big thing.
Yeah.
Where can people store their bins? I do it in my garage because I have room. That's not the case with everybody.
Yeah,
So.
Garage or indoor storage is great, but not everybody has it, like you said. So right now, the city ordinance was amended recently in the last year or so, where they can be on the side of your property if they're screened from the road from property line to property line. So if you have them on the side of your garage and you put a fence panel, one panel post from Menards in front where we can't see it from the road,
from
the property line to property line, you're fine. Otherwise, in the backyard, they are allowed to be stored in the back of your house without having any screening. They just can't be visible property line to property line from the front of your home.
And so residents know this is one of the, and we'll call it complaints, but these are one of the concerns that residents have.
Yes.
So it could be a neighbor, it could be someone driving by, and this is a way that we're trying to address that without being punitive, and also recognizing that people might have hardships. So we're always trying to adjust and pivot to make it beneficial and better for the resident, correct?
Correct.
I think we hit it all.
Awesome.
All right, again, Tony Fietzer, our street superintendent. We talked all things garbage and trash, and I hope it was educational and you learned something about it. So, Tony, thanks a lot.
Thank you, Mayor.